greatness. Greatness means different things to different people. I like to go with the definition that Machiavelli came up with, stating that in order to achieve true greatness, one must take the path of which others have failed, set your sights a little higher, and be victorious. See, it is then that you achieve true greatness. It is then that you become a legend. See, each and every individual has this ability within us. The problem is that a lot of times we don't realize it, or we don't put ourselves in the position to test ourselves so that we can raise up to that next level. You see, life in itself is full of obstacles. And the more information that we have about our surroundings, about life in general, the more options that give you. See, because in order to have options, you got to have information. See, but if you take the time to waste by doing nothing, meaningless things, I mean, I won't go into what those things are, but I'm pretty sure, again, that in itself has many different definitions based upon who we are and what we see as worthwhile and what we see as a waste of time. But if we take the time to invest in ourselves and seek out useful information, you see, that comes in handy when you have to sit here and deal with situations that basically pop up in life, whether it be expected or unexpected. It arms you better, you see. It helps you to form a better strategy, you see. And things like that will bring us closer to achieving greatness. But see, that greatness can't be based upon what the world thinks greatness. It has to be something that you consider to be great. You know, success is an individual thing. What do I mean by that? Well, you have to look to see where you were in the beginning of a particular journey and to see how far you've come, you see? Because only you know everything that you had to go through to reach that next level. So, when someone could come along and maybe they've achieved other things, but at the same time, one has to question and ask themselves, did they have the same obstacles you did? Or did they have opportunities a lot more easily accessible to them than what you've had? So ultimately, it all boils down to focus. See, you got to focus on yourself, building yourself, and figure out how you work as a person. How does your mind work? How does your body work? And who are you really? Are you your mind, or are you your body? You see, that's where it all has to begin. Once you can realize who you are going forward, you will know that when adversity or obstacles come in your path, they're there for a reason. This is an opportunity for you to grow. This is an opportunity for you to reach that next level that you could not in other ways do it without going through this particular obstacle. You can call it a trial, you can call it a tribulation. But however you want to label this situation that pops up in your life, it's something you have to go through. It's something that you have to overcome, because if you don't overcome this, chances are you're not going to move to the next level. See, nothing comes easy in this life. Everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a particular consequence. So if we can understand these things going forward, then nothing will become hard, because ultimately if you sit back and you look at it, what is learning? What are you learning to do? You're learning to imitate, right? That's what you go to school for. You know, if you sit in a classroom full of people and there was asked what is 2 + 2, everybody there is taught that it is 4. So what are you doing? You're mimicking the sound and imitating the way this particular math equation is solved. So a lot of times we are our own worst enemies when we're trying to accomplish anything in life. You know, it isn't anybody else holding us back. I'm not saying that there's not a case where someone does try to trip you up, but see, this is where it goes back to that information, right? If you store useful information, you'll be able to see the trap, you know, and move around it. Just like Machiavelli said. Machiavelli said you need to know when to be the lion and chase the wolves away, and you got to know when to be the fox and avoid the snares. You see? So information is useful, but you got to have useful information that's going to actually bring you closer to where it is that you want to be. In addition to that, you got to have imagination. You see? You got to be able to close your eyes and picture where it is that you see yourself, or where do you see yourself wanting to be. You see? Once you've done that, the next thing is figuring out how you're going to get there and working toward it. And then at which point, after you accomplish your goal, you're going to realize there's still another goal waiting. There's something else that you want to do. And through this constant repetitious exercise of these methods, you will find yourself in a place where you're not as stressed, you're not as confused, and you will ultimately be able to accomplish things a lot quicker. And at that point, you'll realize the obstacles are your friend. Obstacles are there to make you grow. This is a challenge, and you are someone now because you're armed with the information and the proper methods to overcome that challenge. It's as simple as that.